My name is Pan and welcome to today's video where we'll be talking a little bit about one of my personal favourite species, the protogen. So to understand protogen and where they came from, we actually need to talk first about their predecessors, the primogen. Primogen are an original species that were created by fur affinity user Malice Risu, who you'll now find as Coolcoinu on Twitter. To sum them up, a primogen is an artificially created creature with a fairly raptor-like appearance. They're supposed to be roughly 70% machine-based and 30% organic, with a long, box-like visor over their face. The primogen were actually created as a closed species, which meant that you couldn't just design one and give it a name and call it a day. You had to wait for one of the other means of acquiring one, such as one of the auctions that the designer would host on their fur affinity page. Due to their popularity and high demand, however, Coolcoinu actually designed and released for public use an open species alternative called the protogen. Protogens, according to their lore, were actually created before the primogen, kinda like a prototype, so they do have some clear differences that allowed the creator to keep protogens and primogens unique enough to be identified as separate species. Protogen are smaller in size with a more mammal-like appearance, especially given that they are only 40% machine-based with 60% organic matter. They also have a shorter, rounder visor, which is made of a special nanite matter, which is just teeny tiny computers which can move and form different shapes and allow the protogen to form mouths. When creating a protogen, they do actually have some rules and design limitations that come with them, such as that they can only have biological ears, a more upright standing position, and they're not allowed to have any raptor-like qualities like the primogen, but they are still really customizable with some of the options that are available to them. Some of these options stem from the fact that the protogen's limbs and tails actually work on a plug-and-play system, so you can pop them out and pop them back in at will. With all these possible combinations that opens up, you're never going to find two protogens that are exactly the same. Another part of the lore tells us that protogens were created by an advanced alien race with the intended purpose of space exploration. Since we all know that exploring space isn't really a one-man job, each protogen can be designed with a particular specialty or skill set in mind, and these are totally up to the owner of each individual to assign to them. Limitation here is only your own imagination. We'll just ignore the fact that I've yet to actually give Beta a job. And that for now is really everything that I currently know about the protogens. But if you do want to know more about them, I highly suggest checking out Coolcoinu on Twitter and maybe even popping over to their Patreon, because there's a whole bunch more of their lore over there and it does go super in depth. Plus, really cool art. And if you guys like this kind of content from me, then I'm happy to hear suggestions down below for maybe some topics or species for future videos. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye!